Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're doing another seasonal championship. This one is called Downhill Dash and we're in S1 Rally Monster vehicles. So plenty of all-wheel drive cars with quick gearing and yeah, plenty of acceleration but not particularly high top speeds, but yeah, it should be fun nonetheless. But yeah, another thing, a weird thing happened with this game today. I record a lot of my videos on Sundays. For some reason they changed season at about 8:30 UK time in the evening to winter, which doesn't really happen. It's usually Thursdays about 2:30 in the afternoon that the seasons change here in the UK for this game, so I have no idea why they've suddenly decided to change them on Sundays. But yeah, whatever, makes it a bit more convenient for me, to be honest, now that I am working and therefore not able to be here in the afternoons on Thursdays. So yeah, let's see what cars we can get into, but first let's see what free races we're going to be getting in as well.
You ready to take on this winter championship? What am I saying? Of course you are.
So yeah, a lot of the same kind of manufacturers, to be honest. We've got an Audi Quattro from the 80s, which revolutionised rallying with its all-wheel drive Quattro system. Then we've got a few Fords, these two, yeah, the same kind of car because obviously they're both based on a Fiesta, but different horsepower and torque ratings as well as weight. But yeah, as you can see, acceleration and handling is also slightly different. Then the RS200, which yeah, pretty much killed off a certain part of rallying after it you know, crashed into a bunch of people and killed some bystanders, I think it was. And then we've got a Honda Civic, again plenty of power and torque and really impressive acceleration and launch stats. Then we've got a bunch of the Hoonigan vehicles, which aren't really rally cars, but they can, you know, go off-road, as you can see, because they've got all-wheel drive and again plenty of power and torque. Then we've got a Metro, even MG, we're getting into the rallying game in the 80s, again with all-wheel drive. This is mid-engined, unlike the Quattro, as you can see, which is front-engined. So yeah, it's even more insane in terms of acceleration and speed and the like, as you can see. And yeah, 410 horsepower, something that weighs less than 2,300 pounds and has all-wheel drive and all of that downforce as well. Yeah, it's an insane vehicle, that. And then we've got a couple of Forza editions, which I'm really not bothered about, and then the Volkswagens, which you can actually yeah, win by doing this championship. Not sure which one it is, might be this one, but yeah, either way, pretty much the same kind of power, same weight, and yeah, as one another. But first we're going to go in the Metro, because it is absolutely mad, as you can see by the stats. Obviously the top speed isn't all that great, well that's because it has short gearing to make the most of its power, and yeah, have really rather quick acceleration. So let's see what the Metro can do. Wish we had more classic rally cars though, especially from the 80s. I think we only have three. We have this, the Quattro, and the RS200. Obviously we have road-going versions of rally cars from that period, like the Renault 5 Turbo and the Peugeot G16. Nice to have more of these proper ones to try out. As you can see, it's revving up to more than 9,000 RPM. Pretty much out of speed already. Yeah, not particularly quick at the top end, but it is quick at getting there. If you guys would like to also see me play Dirt 5, then give us a shout. It's currently on Game Pass, so yeah, I can finally play it without having to spend any money, because I wasn't particularly sure about it myself when it came out in November last year, which is why I didn't bother playing it, even more so when I couldn't actually afford it. But yeah, now it's on Game Pass, I'm willing to give it a shot, so if you guys want to see me try it out, then yeah, leave a comment and I'll see about doing a video on it. I have missed dirt games, to be honest. Don't know why I really fell out of Dirt Rally 2, but I just wasn't really feeling that game anymore. I really did like the first Dirt Rally, but I think I played it so much that a game that is practically the same, just, you know, new cars, new courses, and a slight improvement in graphics wasn't enough to really lure me back into that game, or at least that kind of game. Whereas at least Dirt 5 is a bit more arcadey, a little bit more showy, a little bit more action-packed, so yeah, certainly a lot less serious. So yeah, definitely will give that a shot if you guys want it. Just cropped up in my mind there, because we're obviously in rally cars right now, and dealing with a rally course. Still amazes me that, you know, the Forza engine or the Forza guys behind Forza haven't done a proper rally game themselves, when you consider the amazing graphics and the physics and everything that we have on hand, as well as obviously all of the licensed cars that we used. Seems a bit of a missed opportunity, to be honest. Nice to have, you know, an open world game like this, and then a track game like Forza Motorsport, and then a rally game as well to go alongside them both. There's a nice variety between, you know, all three different kind of things, kind of racing games really. We are not, fortunately, quick enough to beat the RS200, which, yeah, definitely has the top speed. Letting that blue one get in front of us though. Yeah, second place is still decent, especially for a car that can only do about 131, so yeah, not really upset about that at all. But yeah, the RS200 is clearly going to be the car to beat, I feel. But nonetheless, let's get on to the second race. So a decent start there with the Metro, but I think we definitely need something with a bit more in the way of top speed, even if we have to sacrifice a bit in the way of handling or acceleration. And yeah, I have a feeling that something like, I think we're going to go for another 80s car, to be honest. I think we're going to go for the Quattro. Yes, it's not quite as quick in terms of acceleration as the MG, nor is the handling and braking and launch not as good. But I feel like this, with its top speed, will be better, and at the end of the day the acceleration isn't half bad. And even though it weighs slightly more than the Metro, it's got more in the way of power, torque, and it's got a the pedigree behind it. Because yeah, obviously this Quattro revolutionised rally, as I said earlier. So let's yeah, get in it and see what happens. Hopefully we'll get a first place position out of this one. But it is the only position we can get to improve over the Metro, so yeah, hopefully we can. Not the best of launches. This car will make up for that. Definitely not as high revving as the Metro. As you can see, the gears are a lot longer. Oh dear. Came a little bit too close to that tree there. You can definitely feel that this is a more mechanical all-wheel drive on this as well. It's not quite as electric as a modern Audi all-wheel drive system would be. Which I think is interesting that they've been able to get that kind of feel across on this game. I seem to have a magnet on me to the trees, to be honest, today. Oh dear, we missed the checkpoint there. Didn't quite see how far along it was in the bush. slipping and sliding. There's that lack of handling over the Metro there. Not for one moment did I feel insecure with the Metro's handling, but this is a little bit more on the edge. Probably doesn't help that it's got more power, but it's going to have the top speed on this at least. But unfortunately that top speed has not been able to come into handy at any point outside of now. Even then, we're only in 4th place, so that was a bit of a surprise. Maybe it's my driving, probably is, to be honest. I don't feel like I did my best there. But yeah, regardless, the Audi did not do us very well there, and yeah, we're staying in 2nd place, so we're going to have to pull it out of the bag in the final race. And yeah, I feel like we're going to have to get in the car that has beaten us now twice in a row. But yeah, regardless, let's get on to that 3rd and final race. So yeah, the Audi there only giving us a 4th place position there, so we're going to have to come out with the big guns, I feel, with the RS200. Not as quick at the top end, and yeah, surprisingly not as good in terms of any other regard, really, outside of the launch being the same. But for some reason, this is supposedly quicker and better than the Audi and the Metro, so yeah, let's see if it works. Can only really find out by trying, and if you can't beat them then join them, really. So yeah, hopefully it will do as well. But if not, then that's just the way it is sometimes. Not going to cry over it, because at the end of the day I'm having fun, and I hope you guys are as well. So this is going to be a bit more of a speed orientated point-to-point race, which is good. Even though we're not quite as quick at the top end as the Audi, we're still doing more than 150, which is definitely enough to keep up with these guys. I think this isn't supposed to be as good on this as it is the Audi, but it does feel a bit tighter. Even vehicles generally don't have that higher rate of top speed, so yeah, they're going to get passed by the RS200s as just me, but obviously those guys as well. Saying that, the Hoonigan vehicle is keeping ahead. I doubt that will be the case if we come up against a long straight. Lovely drift around that corner. This is a well sorted car, no doubt about that. Despite the handling statistics being apparently worse than the Audi, I think this actually handles better, despite having more power. 500 horsepower in a 2400 pound car is no mean feat to keep well sorted, and with this all-wheel drive system on this car, it's properly in there. And like the MG, it's also got a short wheelbase as well, which I think helps a lot, to be honest. But there we go, 1st place position. Probably not enough to win. Oh, it is actually. Kind of underestimated myself there, but yeah, just about got the win there. Only 6 points ahead of 2nd in a Subaru WRX. Then another RS200 in 3rd, 8 points behind. Another RS200 in 4th, 14 points behind, and a Hoonigan Ford Focus in 5th with 16 points behind. So yeah, that was far closer than it really ever should have been. That Audi should have performed better, but I think a mix of my, dubious driving skills and the fact that that car doesn't quite have the acceleration due to its longer gearing proved it's not to be quite as effective as I hoped. It would have probably been better on this course than it was on the 2nd one. But either way, yeah, we got the win, just about. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.